With Moscow at the center, the major cities of the Soviet Union were hubs for art, trade, and government. But for some, the city represented something more, all of the successes and failures of their society. Dziga Vertov's 1929 film, Man with a Movie Camera, follows the travels of an unnamed cameraman. Shot in many locations, like Moscow, Kiev, and Odessa, this movie celebrates the Soviet Union through its cities, a great source of pride at the time. Starting in that same year, the Soviet Union saw an explosion in its urban population by a total of 112%, a rate never seen before in the history of Russia or any other country for that matter. This rapid growth was encouraging and was proof that the Soviet Union was prospering. Shots of smiling factory workers, happy beachgoers, and pristine city streets present an idealized view of life in the Soviet Union. Man with a Movie Camera does not portray the Soviet city as it was, but as it will be, showing a great optimism towards the future. Skipping ahead to 1980, Stalin is dead and those who remained in power have created a new upper class. Vladimir Menshov's Moscow Does Not Believe in Tears features three women, Katya, Ludmila, and Antonina, as they try to find success in Moscow. However, through their struggles and attempts to move up the socio-economic ladder, we see a very different city than the one Vertov imagined. Social classes still exist and genders are still not treated equally. None of the women seem to find happiness when trying to embrace their metropolitan society, and instead Antonina, who moves to the country with her husband, is the only one who is consistently happy. Disillusioned by the Soviet Union and its failure to create a fair and equal society, the film rejects Moscow and the supposed progress it represents, and instead longs nostalgically for the simpler past and traditional values.
Дубы стояли князями, но не они, а ясени без спросу росли. Москва не зря надеется, что вся в листву оденется.
Released in 1997, 6 years after the fall of the Soviet Union, Alexei Balavanov's Brother presents a world where old values and traditions no longer apply. The film begins with the camera panning over a field and a quaint stone house, but we soon find out that it's only a set for commercial, showing that the idyllic countryside and rural lifestyle longed for in Moscow Does Not Believe in Tears is now only a fantasy. As the protagonist Danila makes his way through Petersburg, we see dirty streets, dilapidated buildings, and corruption. Danila is slowly drawn into this world until he is metaphorically consumed by the city, foreshadowed by Danila's German friend, who said that the city takes the strong and makes them weak. In this movie, the city is seen not only as a cesspool of misery and corruption, but also as a contagious disease that wears down its victim. From the epitome of Soviet success to the dregs of a failed society, the changing views of the city and everything metropolitan across these three films mirror the evolution of the attitude of the people of Russia and the Soviet Union through the decades.